Hey, what's going on, everybody? So 908 Big Smoke back here today for another beer review for you guys. We got the Fog Monster today. Now, this is a beer, guys, that I have tried before, but I don't think I've ever talked about it on the channel, really talked about the company or anything like that. But this is actually one of my new favorites here. Really delicious beer. So I'm going to get to reviewing it for you guys today. I'm kind of throwing it back to what I used to do when I first started the channel, when I used to do my videos in the other spot. I didn't do too many of them up there, to be honest, but I used to do this little thing where I'd say, comment, what movie I'm watching in the background. I happen to be watching my favorite movie of all time right now. So if you guys can see it and know what it is, leave it in the comments, and I'll let you know if you got it right. It's a horror movie, of course. But today, guys, we're going to be reviewing Rusty Rail Brewing Company, the Fog Monster, New England IPA. I really like the cover to this. It's really pretty cool. That's pretty cool. They have a lot of cool artwork on there for all their beers. I was also starting to really like the IPAs better in cans, you guys. It's so much easier for them not to get skunked, and they stay colder for longer, I feel like, as well, and just all around enjoy the cans, especially these pint cans. So these guys are out of Pennsylvania, Rusty Rail Brewing Company. What are they out of? Mifflinburg, PA. It's about like 3 hours from me. Pennsylvania is a giant state, as I'm sure you guys know. So these guys are pretty far from me, but I think one of these days I'm going to try and get down to the brewery and try some samples and stuff like that. These guys are a certified independent craft brewery. So the Fog Monster New England IPA, this one's coming in at 6.8 alcohol by volume, and it was bottled on 2/2/19, so it's about a little over a month old. So guys, let's get this poured up. Hope everybody's having a good day. The week just started off. Monday, I know it can be sometimes rough for some people. I had a pretty easy day at work today, though, to be honest. It was very slow. All right, let's get this poured up, guys. Got our High Life glass today. Real nice head on this. Now, they don't call it the Fog Monster for no reason. They call it the Fog Monster for a reason, right? This thing is very, very hazy. Got a great head on that pour. I'd say about 2 fingers ahead there, maybe getting up closer to 3 at first. This is very foggy, guys. You can't see through it at all. It's got that kind of like juice almost appearance. There's definitely some chunks floating around in there. Kind of pours up and looks like almost like a grapefruit juice or pineapple juice kind of color there. Very light gold, kind of yellowish gold. Let's give it a smell, guys. I mean, this beer it's a great looking beer. Look at that head, it's perfect. Oh man, yeah, this one is delicious, guys. I love this one. So the smell you're getting, your citrus, your grapefruit, your orange, your melons in there, definitely heavy on that melon smell, and also kind of like a little bit of a lemony smell. Strong citrus fruit smell in this, guys. Also getting a little bit of a kind of a sour smell from it, even though that doesn't really reflect on the taste at all. And I'm getting some hops as well. So these New England style IPAs, guys, I'm starting to really enjoy them, especially this one right here. This one I've had multiple times. The price point for a 4-pack of pints for these is $10, so I think that's a pretty good price. Definitely a good deal. Let's try it out, guys. The Fog Monster New England IPA. Super good. Very like lemony, kind of citrusy flavor, a little bit of creaminess coming in there as well. This one's not very bitter at all, guys. It's more heavy on the fruits and stuff like that. It's not like, it is an East Coast style IPA. Very heavy on that fruit flavor, that grapefruit, that juicy kind of really like resiny kind of fruit flavor. There's a little bit of pininess going on in here too with the hops, which I also really enjoy. But it's mostly real heavy on that citrus flavor. This is such a good looking beer in the glass, guys. Look at how foggy that is. Super, super foggy. Can't see through it at all. And it's got this kind of real juicy taste to it. Let's have another couple sips. Yeah, super juicy, and then it's got that undertone of like the creaminess in there. There's no lactose. This isn't brewed with lactose, I don't think. Well, there is some chunks and stuff floating around, but it doesn't say that it was. I'm not exactly sure. I've been drinking this beer since I found it, really, probably about like 3 months ago, I would say, 4 months ago. Just delicious, just juicy, tropical, lush, flavorful. Also at 6.8%, it's almost like a perfect level for this kind of beer. A lot of times the real fruity beers, when they get real to way higher alcohol content, they kind of start to get a little bit sour and a little bit like, when you're swallowing them, it can sometimes lead to a little bit of a burn. This one is like perfectly balanced out at 6.8%. Absolutely delicious beer. Really, really good. I would highly recommend this one, guys. Excuse me. Would highly recommend this one. This is a pretty new company, I believe. I've tried a couple other beers from them. I've tried a double IPA from them, which was really good. And then I tried like an apricot New England IPA, which was okay, but I wasn't as fond of it as this one. This one's more like a totally mixed kind of like fruitiness going on, and got that pine notes in there as well. It's not bitter at all, though. Yeah, you could slug these. I'm also getting almost a little bit of like a pear kind of flavor too, or almost like an apricot as well. But this one is really, I'd say, the heaviest on that melon flavor, citrus, and the kind of piney kind of hop flavor that you get with this one. This one doesn't have a whole lot of hop flavor in it. It's mostly very, very citrusy and just juicy, but there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have every beer be just totally bitter and blow, knock you out of the park with the bitterness on it. So this one, guys, I'm going to give it I'm definitely going to give it an A. I think I'm going to give this one a 93. Really big fan of these. Really, really delicious. Excuse me. They go down real easy too, and they're perfect for the summertime and springtime. Really perfect beer. So let's give it one more sip before we head out, guys. Yeah, we're going to give it a 93 out of 100. This beer is great. Really, really enjoyable beer. And I appreciate the price point on it being relatively low. That's always good. Canned on date is always there. Real easy to find right on the front here. So really almost nothing I could really criticize about this one. It's just not like the absolute best New England IPA I've ever had. We're going to be getting to review one of my absolute favorites coming up here probably within the next 2 days, because I have two versions of it, the regular New England IPA and then the double New England IPA for the same kind of beer, same company, which I think is probably my favorite New England IPA that I'm going to be reviewing coming up here from Industrial Arts Brewing Company. We'll be reviewing those two within the next few days, guys. So thanks a lot for checking out the video. That was my review for the Fog Monster, 93 out of 100. Delicious, would totally recommend it. And remember, guys, if you know the movie I'm watching in the background, which happens to be my favorite movie of all time, just leave it in the comments and I'll shout you out or something in the next video if you get it. Thanks a lot for checking it out, guys. I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your day.